All right. Well, good evening, friends. Thank you for coming, those in the room and those on the Zoom. My name is Skyla Mann, and tonight we are doing a motivational pep talk called Yes, You Can. You excited? Here's the thing. Most of you, I recognize most of your faces and your names. Most of you have all enrolled at least one person, right? So your level of belief is already somewhere up here because you know in the back of your mind, I did it once. I am capable of doing it again. I want you to put yourself in the shoes of a brand new member for just a little bit here. And I want you to think about how do you instill that level of belief into a new member, okay? So the first thing that we need to discuss just a little bit is terminology. When our member enrolls, they are usually what? What do they start out as? A customer, right? They start out as a customer. Previously, we would always say member. Yep. So same thing, but they start out as a customer. So what is the term that we want them to upgrade to? Brand partner. So that is step one, right? We want to help them see the value of sharing this with the purposeful intention of earning some money. Okay. So what would you guys say is your favorite reason to become a brand partner? Okay. Britta says to make money. That's a pretty good reason. Yeah. And you guys that are on Zoom, feel free to either unmute or just type it in the chat box. Either way, but we want you to be a part of this as well. You can sit there. Welcome, welcome. So what other reasons would you want to become a brand partner?
Help someone.
To help someone. Okay, perfect. Jay said one of the perks is wholesale pricing, but remember, Jay, they can actually get wholesale pricing as a customer now if they do loyalty rewards or the 100 PV purchase. So that's a bit of a tweak now, but you're right. We want them to know the benefits of that discount. Hello, you have Jay and Lori on here. Look who just came in. Do, do, do.
I just realized not like nothing on my phone. This
Yeah.
is where I'm taking notes. Because I lost my notebook.
That is a-okay, no problem. So we're just talking about what are the benefits that we recognize of being a brand partner. Why would anybody want to do it? So making money is an obvious low-hanging fruit answer, right? What about community? I find that as a brand partner, there is a different level of community than just being a customer. And that's not to say that we don't welcome customers into gatherings, but think about if you've ever traveled to an event. Think about when you go on a road trip and like maybe convention, again, not required to be a brand partner, but the mentality is different. I think that experience is worth a lot because you suddenly start feeling like you're part of a group with a purpose, right? Okay. So obviously the purpose of tonight's gathering is going to be focused on what Britta said. We want to help them realize that they can earn an income. Okay. We want to help them make some money. And very specifically tonight, before this ends, you guys are all going to know how to help a new member or maybe yourself earn at least $150 in the month of March. Anybody want to do that? Okay. Or more. I mean, you can go more, but I'm thinking just before you guys came in, I said, have you enrolled someone before? Okay, perfect. So just imagine if you were helping a brand new person that maybe they just enrolled tonight and you're kind of in that mindset, like, I want to help them earn $150 in March. Okay. So let's talk about kind of the first step. Okay. Do either of you, have you ever seen this? Okay.
Most of that, and I've never heard of it.
Okay,
so-
well, Britta, do you want to pass them down? You guys are welcome to look at these tonight, and these are $30. If you find out that you really value this resource, then Britta has these for sale. And if you don't get it tonight, Aaron Rogers has them for sale on the oil supply store. What I want you to look at first is the big picture on page number 9. Okay. So I will just tell you, this thing is chock full of information. Okay. Allison Trine, it's good to see you. Hello. Hey, Brooke.
Hi, Brooke. Is that Brooke
It is
Devine?
Brooke Devine, and we have Marla on here as well. Good to see all of you guys.
I just saw her text.
Okay.
I sent her a message and then I was at a restaurant. So I didn't see that she texted.
Very good. And Marla, I want to point this out. Allison mentioned tax benefits. That is another big, important perk of becoming a brand partner. Good one, Allison, our financial peace grad. Woo! Okay, so the big picture. What does it mean to have a brand partnership? You guys just covered some of your favorite reasons, but one of the obvious ones is that you use and you love your products, right? Customers might buy something once and we might not see them again. They're probably not a good candidate for a brand partnership. But if you are using your products like we were when we started, you guys, 5 years I used and loved products, bought them every blessed month, and I wasn't earning a cent. It's crazy. But here's the thing. You've got people like that on your teams too. Faithful, loyal customers that aren't earning anything. That is our hot market, not just warm, but that's our hot market. Okay. You can become a very successful brand partner when you polish up the way that you share your product stories. And I know that you've heard this before. Facts tell, stories sell. Okay. I can get bombarded with dry factoids, scientific information, study results all day long and just go, thank you. That's nice. But if you tell me a compelling story about how somebody's life was changed, I will never forget it. In fact, I can recall a story right now that I heard probably 8 years ago about DiGi's that I will never forget because it literally saved someone's life. And I love to share those stories when I'm sitting around somebody's table because I know that someday they're going to need to draw on that knowledge. Maybe not in that dramatic of a form, but they will appreciate that. Okay. So remember that your stories and the stories that you have heard from other people, that's what people cling to. Okay. When people talk about, when people talk about their product stories, feel free to rearrange chairs however you want. Okay.
You want to be in the front row?
Well, that's closer to me. Come on now. There you go. Welcome.
This is Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. So glad you're here. I love your top. It's so
Thank
cute.
you.
So when people polish up those product stories and they share what they love, that is what is going to encourage others to become a customer because they also want to have those kinds of experiences. Okay. And then once we have a customer, we can focus on educating them. And that makes the whole experience a little bit richer. This book is not only great for weightlifting, it is fantastic for education. And they come in many forms. we've got many older ones. I think this is one of the later ones that Life and Science Publishers put out.
That's turbo.
Yeah, it is. So,
Accurate. But Life Science was going under whatever, as of less than a week ago, they were on sale for $20. So.
yeah. So that would be a good time to snag a couple of those.
Discover lsp.com, or how would you?
Yeah,
If they're still open.
check that
Yeah,
one.
they were supposed to close a long time ago.
Yeah, that's.
But one of my team members, we were talking about it. She
Okay.
just happened to Google it in. It's like, oh, they're still available. They're $20. So yeah.
I do have one that I could sell too if someone doesn't want to actually order it.
Thank you very much, Brooke. Okay, Brooke is local, Altoona-ish, Pleasant Hill, somewhere in there. Mitchellville, sorry. So, okay. And then, so we're kind of talking about this cycle of the big picture. So after the education of a customer and engaging them in the community, then we share the brand partner opportunity, and it kind of goes full cycle. Okay, so that's sort of the big picture of how this kind of unfolds. Okay, so I'm Skyla. I don't know if you are familiar with what level of Young Living so far, but
Brand new.
brand
everything.
new
I was
to
gonna
everything.
say.
We are not going to test you on anything tonight, so
Okay.
be at ease. Feel free to ask questions.
Okay.
Tell me your name again, though.
Jessica.
Jessica. Okay, thank you. So the very first thing we need to remember is the difference between being a customer when you just use and love your products, and then upgrading to what we call brand partner, where we talk about what it looks like to earn an income. And our goal tonight is to help you and any of your friends or members earn how much in March? 150, just like that. Okay. And that number is special because when you can help somebody earn $150, give or take, that's going to replace the investment that they spent probably on their starter bundle to get started. And I am a big fan of Dave Ramsey and Financial Peace, and I just always want everybody operating in the black. So I want everybody in my circle to get a starter bundle because I have seen the value of being part of this community, but I also don't want them to put it on a credit card that they don't have enough income to pay off. I want them to pay that thing off like that. Okay. And that's what I want you to teach your members as well, because it's a whole lot more fun if the money is flowing both directions, out and in. Okay. So, we're going to talk about how to jumpstart a brand new brand partner. Okay. So we're working on the assumption that you are starting out as a customer, you're experiencing some of the products, and as a matter of fact, that's a great time to just try a product or two. Yes. So here's what I would like for you to do tonight. We're going to try 3 oils in a particular order. Okay. Now, you guys, I didn't warn you about this ahead of time. So if you have these, go grab them. I have Gratitude, I have Believe, and I have Abundance. Okay. Jay is on it. I'm going to go grab those. Okay. So first thing I want you to do, feel free to take a drop or 2 of Gratitude. I want you to activate it by rubbing your hands clockwise 3 or 4 times. I want you to inhale deeply 3 times. And as you are inhaling, I really and truly want you to think of any 3 things. This does not have to be Young Living related, but it could be. I want you to think of 3 things that you are deeply grateful for. Okay. I am grateful for My family. Okay, you fill in the blank. I love it when we have kids doing this along with us. That's so beautiful. Harper. Right, Allison? Is it Harper? Yeah. Thank you. All right. Who wants to share something? You don't have to share all of them. You have something that you want to share that you're grateful for?
My great grandmother, so much fun, and so much better than children of
I'm starting to understand that. Okay, Donna says her great granddaughter. Who else?
My first one was that I got to go out to eat tonight with Ashley.
Yes. I love it.
My first one was Bobby, because I texted today and she, said, you know. wanted to know.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
One of mine is this community. It has done a world of difference for me, made a world of difference for me. So.
Anything you want
My first one was family.
to? Okay. Beautiful. Guys?
I was thinking friendships. Communities, that's the.
Bravo.
Beautiful.
Health.
Amen. Perfect. Lots and lots of big gratitudes there. Jay is thankful for leaders and Crossline. Ditto, Jay. All right. So I think no matter what we're doing in life, starting out from a place of gratitude puts our bodies and our minds in the state that we want to be in. Because you guys, let me tell you something. We aren't desperate people. We do not serve a scarce God. We live in abundant times and we have more than enough if we will only reach out and ask and tap into the plenty that is around us. I am a firm believer of it. When I feel scarce, it's all because of this. It isn't because of the reality of what's around me. It's usually my mindset. Okay, so start with gratitude. Next up, believe. Okay, now as this one comes around, we're going to drop and activate the exact same way. So put 1 or 2 drops in your hands, activate it. And as you inhale, I want you to think about, what do you want to believe is true about you? And that doesn't mean what is you think you know to be true tonight. What do you want to believe? Okay. And then I want you to say it. I believe I am, or I believe I can. And you fill in the blank and do 3 big, long, deep breaths. Repeating, you can do 3 different things. Okay. Sometimes I like to just rub a little extra on my shoulders. Hair is a great diffuser. You will be reminded of this tomorrow morning if you take a shower and you wash your hair. When that water hits, you'll go, oh, I remember what I did last night. Okay, it brings it all back again. Okay, last but not least for this little mini aromatherapy session, abundance. Now, just a quick question. How many of you in the course, let's just average the last year. How many of you have been real faithful about using abundance daily?
No.
Isn't that weird? Okay, thank you. Allison raised her hand. I'm so grateful. Why is you are looking at a person who has had a tremendous testimony with this oil about what it can do. And why did we let the muck of the world or you fill in the blank, I don't know what you've been going through, but just the bleh, get into our psyche and we put this one on the shelf. Isn't it crazy? I feel a little consoled that I'm not the only one. That would have been weird if everyone else's hands had gone up, except me. Okay, I declare that we have the power to change it. But here's the thing, you've got to be in a positive frame of mind when you use your abundance. So that's why we're doing this one after your I believe statement. Okay. And now I just want you to breathe in some abundance. I want you to anoint your hair, anoint your sweatshirt or your sweater. And sometimes a good place to put abundance is on your wallet or your phone, your tailbone, because you don't want any leaking out of your body. I've heard that. It just kind of locks it in. It's weird, but it's true. Your mailbox. Is that why I have diarrhea? No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. That's why I needed that digest story. No. I have right on the tailbone, put a drop of abundance because it locks in. Somebody taught me that. I don't know. Give it a shot. It's exciting. It's got a little cinnamon, so it puts a little pep in your step too. All right. Oh, I love your believe statements, you guys. Those are so good. So good. Okay, so abundance, I want you to think of it like hitting the bold key on your computer. Whatever you have declared and you put abundance on it, you just made it bold and all caps and you underlined it and you made it huge. Okay, so let's accentuate the good, positive beliefs here. All right. Now, are you ready to find out the simple steps that we need to know to help a brand partner start off easy and just kind of shoot out of the gates running? Okay. So we're looking at page 13, the brand partner jumpstart. Okay. Number one, do not forget this. I have, and it's a bummer. Help your new brand partner to get signed up for direct deposit so that when they earn a commission check, it gets smoothly, quickly, and easily deposited into their bank account. And it doesn't go on some wonky gift card that we have to figure out how to use. Trust me on this. That is step one. Correct.
No.
It'll be, I'm sorry, product credit if it is lower than 25,
Oh, okay.
but there will not be any sort of a weird thing. It'll be in their account. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. So very simple steps. You log into your virtual office, have them click on my account, go under my profile, and you will see an option to add your bank account, set it up, agree to the terms, and save it. And then you can check that box off. This is so helpful, you guys, because it's literally a flow chart to success. And you just go, every time you enroll a new member, just check, check, check. Okay. So number two, save your ShareYL link. Raise your hand or put a thumbs up in the chat if you have figured out where to find your shareable link. Yay. Okay. You're going to get there. You know, you've done it, I bet, at one point.
Is this like where you set up the list, the favorite list?
Nope,
Okay.
Nope,
then
it's,
yes,
it's
I-
even simpler than
Oh,
that.
I know.
Yeah. You've done it. Okay, good work, Marla. Excellent. So it's a quick little copy and paste, share my YL, share YL, leave the my YL out of it. Share your link. And if you want to get fancy, there is something called the Deep Link Generator.
That's what I thought. You meant.
And this is also not hard, but this is where one of my favorite products, I don't know if any of you saw my post in the event to bring one of your favorite products tonight.
Oh, that's good.
And it's okay. If you did, it's not the end of, I'm not gonna kick you out or anything. You got a couple with you. But if I wanted to really talk these up, because honestly, the only reason I have a voice tonight is because of what is in this package. I might want to do a little testimonial post on social media and put the URL for these attached to my member number and create a deep link so that when people click on it, it not only takes them under me so that their purchase goes right under me, but it takes them directly to the cough drops on the website so that they could hit buy. That's super handy. Okay, so I'm not going to take time to do that. If I had it set up so that we could project it tonight, I would do that. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Take 10 minutes and go into your virtual office and poke around and play. It's not hard. You just
This
need to
is
do
the gal
it.
that said her dad did the. Wait a second here.
There we go. I didn't know if you had a testimony to share. I don't want to cut those off. Okay, so learn how to share your link and create the deep link generator. That's our second thing. Third, on your smartphone, you are absolutely going to want to download the Life Steps app. Okay, this is something that is very beneficial to a new member because it's kind of like it gives them community and a reference guide and inspiration all for free right in their pocket. Okay. And they feel like all of a sudden they're not alone. So if it's midnight and their little kid gets a cough and they're like, oh, it's too late to text, what do I do? They can literally go to the Life Steps app and it looks like it's green and it has white leaves down there by my finger. And they can literally type in the search box, cough. We'll see if this works. Make a joker out of me if it doesn't. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Well, I know one thing that'll work right here. Oh, would you look at this? Cough. All of these things come up. Cough drops. DIY lemon ginger cough drops, diffuser blends with Thieves, Thieves chest rub, Thieves spotlight, roller blends with Thieves, DIY with Thieves, ditch and switch, eucalyptus, RC. There's going to be a ton of stuff, and everything that does not say pro on the corner is free content for everybody. Life Steps does have another level. If you want to be able to download and share things that I don't remember what it cost, but it's worth it. How much? 24 a quarter. Listen to that. That's pretty good. If you get to that point and you want to have all the content, you can do that. Okay. So that is our fourth step. Number 5, product knowledge and future orders. You want to help your newest member, your new brand partner, increase their product knowledge by adding 1 to 2 products each month to loyalty rewards. Pay attention to the product info you're learning about in groups, classes, and training, and keep track. So I love it when I know Donna comes to classes here quite a bit, and I have gotten to know what Donna's notebook looks like, because she tends to bring the same notebook to each class. That is smart. It's not full yet. That's okay. We'll keep coming. But the reason that's smart is because when Donna enrolls a new member, and they say, oh, I'm really curious about enzymes, let's say. And Donna's like, oh, me too. That's not my specialty. She can say, but listen, I remember I went to a class that Britta taught on all the digestive enzymes. Let me flip back. And she's got all the information right there. Okay. Now she could also use Life Steps. She could also go to a Facebook group. She could go to the desk reference. There's lots of choices. But there's probably some personal stories connected when you've been to classes in person. So having your information in one spot is pretty darn helpful. Okay. Definitely use loyalty rewards when you order. Why? What are some of the perks of our monthly free stuff? Big proponent of free stuff.
Something new.
You get to
Points,
accumulate
yeah.
points that you can cash in on whatever you want. Yeah, more free stuff of your choosing. Periodically, there are limited edition kinds of products that people on loyalty rewards have the opportunity to get first. It doesn't happen a lot, but every now and then. But it's the best way to do it. Okay. And you can, when you order at least 100 PV minimum each month, you are opening up all the channels of maximum commission earnings. So I have, for years, this has never changed. I have just always told my team, if you want to make sure you never miss a bonus or a commission check, just make sure that your monthly order is at least at 100 PV. And that means, for those of you that are newer to this, that means that it's about $100. So 1 PV is about $1. Okay, so we're continuing to check off this brand partner jumpstart. The next thing, this is when it gets exciting, and this is what we're going to talk about a little bit tonight. Share your first post or your first story on social media. Okay, is anyone here not on Facebook or Instagram? Right, I'm proud of you. Can I get a high five? Good job. Way to be different. And FYI, it's totally doable,
Okay, I was wondering.
completely doable. In fact, I will point you to this lady back here because she has a flourishing team of Mennonite folks who don't do social media. No problem. It's about networking, but you network in lots of other ways. So don't worry. Okay. So sharing something with friends, it can be in person. You can also reach the masses quickly if you are using some kind of social media. Okay. And I suppose that depends on what sort of following you have. If my mom got on Instagram tomorrow, she would have 0 following. It's not going to do her a lot of good to put something out there. So, but here's, for those of you that do utilize social media, okay, here's what I want you to think about. Don't overthink it. Don't get stuck trying to create the most perfect post. Just be real. Just be you. Okay. Because guess what? That's who your friends know and trust. And if all of a sudden Heather puts on some weird hat and is like, I'm now the authoritative expert in
McDonald's ordering.
yeah, oh, I would believe that real quick. We would see through that, right? And so just don't overthink it. Grab an item from your order that you love, take a quick picture of it. It's a bonus if you're in it, because that kind of connects, looks cheesy as heck, but it's all right. Post it in your stories or on your feed with a description of how you use it and why you love it. Okay. And then you can utilize all these other resources that we talked about. If you want some little factoids to kind of, if you're doing stories, you might do a picture of you with the product and then maybe just the product with a little factoid, and you can have a series. And then you can also, maybe you choose to include your link. Maybe you don't. Not every post has to be a sales billboard. It's just kind of oh, by the way, I actually really do love these. And actually my throat was starting to get scratchy on Friday. And yesterday I wasn't sure if I would have a voice tonight. And here we are. I do. Okay, so then just post it. Part of the magic of this is that if your friends and family don't know that you are starting a business, or they don't know that you love Young Living, who are they going to ask questions of? And who would they go to if in fact they did want to buy something, if they don't know that you are their connection? So that's the biggest piece of the puzzle. So however it is that you like to network, be intentional about just sharing. Okay. When I started, my intentionality was putting on Stress Away or peppermint on the back of my neck when I was standing in the grocery store line. There is no better way of getting people's attention. None. People knew that I was a little different. And that's okay. But they would ask, what is that you're wearing? Stress Away is oftentimes confused for perfume. And so I'm like, I would just tell them, I said, it's a functional perfume. Have you ever heard of Stress Away? And they were like, what? That sounded super smart. I'm like, it's functional because it does what the name says. And it's perfume because it smells really awesome. So feel free to steal that. It's true. Okay. And the last thing on our Jumpstart checklist here is, and we're talking new brand partner here, help them, or if you haven't freshened up your list for a bit, start a list of potential customers. And I'm going to give you a tiny bit of free advice. I want you to think about who are the people that you love? Like, who's fun? Who do you want to be around? If you had the whole world to choose from, please don't go pick your 10 grumpiest friends, because you're going to hate that business, right? Think about who cheers you up. Who do you laugh with? Who do you like to get rowdy with? Who do you like to go on road trips with? All of those boxes, as you think about them, check them off and put names beside those. Okay. That will help you. And also, let's not overlook the obvious. Who needs help sleeping? Who has a hyper dog that needs to chill out, or kid, fill in the blank. I don't know. Husband snores, digestive problems, whatever. We've literally got stuff for everybody. So think about that. I love it. I love it. Okay. So who thinks that particular Jumpstart list is super doable? Okay. And it gives you like concrete tasks that you can check, right? So I love that part. Now, something else that I want you to know about this book, if we peek back at, oh gosh, where did it go? Page, you probably saw in the front, all the printables overview, like starting on page 5. No, is that a 5? Yeah. Okay, do you see the little QR code up in the top? So if you hover your little phone over that QR code, you can pull up every single printable and you can download them to your phone and you can print them to your computer. It's so amazing. Here's the other cool part. When there are updates, Aaron Rodgers and Paige Williams, who graciously wrote this for us, they can just update them, connect it to the same QR code. So I have a feeling this is not going to go out of style for a long time, which to me makes the $30 price tag much more palatable, because this is a living, breathing document here. Okay. So all of these pages that we're talking about have the glorious little checklists, which I adore. Okay. So as we turn to page 14, milestone 1 overview, we're just going to check it off. Okay. Complete that Jumpstart checklist. And then step 2, this is where it gets exciting. And this is what's going to happen. I predict in the next couple of days or the next week, we want to get this done early in March. We all want to enroll 2 new customers. Okay. And then we are going to help them with this cycle with becoming a brand partner. Now, the next part is where it's going to get very exciting, and you're going to learn where that $150 comes from. Okay. So on page 15, this is the most glorious upgrade that Young Living has made in a very long time. The commission upgrade. Okay. So we have these fantastic starter bundles, and there are a lot to choose from. There's bundles for oils. There's bundles for this wonderful antioxidant drink that we have called Ningxia Red. There are bundles for, there's one called, what's the glow? Inner glow? No, that's not the right term. Has to do with skin, and it's lovely. But isn't there another word with glow? What'd you say? I was thinking inner, but nonetheless, it's a bunch of oils that are great for skin. There's bundles for kids. So everyday glow. Thank you. I thought there was another word with it. So when you help someone start with a premium starter bundle, you are going to earn the premium starter kit bonus, which is $25. Okay. So jot that down, write it in your mind. You get $25. Then for some of you, this is going to be an exciting upgrade. Our fast start bonus has increased to a whopping 50%. Oh, hey, hello. So listen to this. If you enroll somebody, let's say that the starter bundle is 100 PV, you get $25 for the starter kit bonus, and then you get 50% of the bundle. How much is that? It's a total of $75 from one enrollment. Hello. Now that's even assuming that they don't order anything else. But the odds are that if you enroll someone with oils and a diffuser, or perhaps some Ningxia Red, they're probably also going to need to know about Thieves Household Cleaner, because that's just a non-negotiable. Everybody needs non-toxic cleaner, right? And there's usually a couple supplements that I really love to talk about, like multigreens and Super B. I know we have a ton of fans of Sulfurzyme, which helps joints and muscles and everything. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is ask a lot of questions about what that new person is hoping to achieve. What's their goal? And we've got some really great tools. If you feel like I don't have the words to do that, we have the Zyto scanner, or the Zyto Insight scan, which can do a personal biofeedback scan of, I put my hand out because we used to have a hand cradle, so that's just like ingrained. Now we can do it with our voice, which is even way cooler and way more confusing for me to explain, but it works and I don't know why. We also have those very old school carbon copy transfer buying sheets, which, as old school as they are, they're awesome, because you just simply go through and mark, these are the products I use currently. Like, do I brush my teeth with toothpaste? Yep. And then magically, when you lift up that top page underneath, it shows them what the Young Living equivalent is. And that's a good way to help build someone's order. All of that to say, it's a very good chance that their order might be more than 100 PV. So your commission might be well over $75, which is bonkers to me. Okay. So additionally, as if that weren't enough, there's also the unilevel commission portion. So you can earn anywhere between 4 and 8% commission on your customers' orders for life. Okay. Now this is part 2 of this class. Okay. So I'm not going to go deep into the different levels and that sort of thing, but just know that these earnings, they keep going. And I have lots of people on my team In fact, everybody, my first six or eight people that I enrolled that were on my front line 15 years ago, or 10, no, 11, because I didn't start doing business 15. So about 11 years ago, you guys, they're still there. This many years later, it's remarkable. And they love their products, and we built them tremendous businesses, and some of them are still actively building, some of them aren't. And you know what? It's a-okay with me either way. They're happy customers, and that's what we want. And they have introduced me to lots of other happy customers. In fact, Cammie and Lisa, I can't remember if you are level 7 or 8, and you might be 8 or 9, but that's how many friends are between us. And it's just fascinating to me that this many years later, we are still connected, and now they have gone on to enroll many more. So it just goes one friend to the next, and it's pretty darn cool. Okay, so those are your three big earning potentials that I want you to know right off the bat. The starter kit bonus, $25, that fast start bonus, 50% of whatever they order, and then the unilevel commission that will be coming. So, very complicated question here. If you want to earn $150 in March, how many times do you have to go through this process? My work here is done. 2 people, or one with a really big order, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that can happen. So the hard work, which is more like heart work, isn't helping them get started. The heart work is making your list of who you want to be on your team. Who do you want to do this with? And some of us can get tripped up if we've been around 10 or 12 years and we think, oh gosh, we've enrolled everybody we know. Right, Britta? But is that actually true? I know it's not true. It's an excuse that is easy, but I know it's not true because there's new people everywhere. Like the lady at church that wondered why I smelled so strongly yesterday. And everything. And the kitchen, I mean, literally, Breathe Again, Immu Power, Thieves, RC. I had them all. Literally, I was radiating. The whole right side of the sanctuary was fumigated. You're welcome. I didn't even charge them. But no, should have been. She knew. She was like, she's got a lot on him, like I do. Exactly. You smell me coming. And you know what's funny? I don't even care. Like, I just don't, because it's my defense mechanism, and it works so well. And I know it's not toxic. And yeah, I probably do smell weird to some other people. It's okay. Don't mind at all. Okay, here's a great question. What if you meet someone who wants to become a customer, but they don't want to get the premium starter bundle? What do we do? Have you ever had that happen? First of all, yeah, sure. Okay. What do we do? Bingo. Can you say that louder?
Find out their needs.
Find out their needs. Because ultimately, is it about us or is it about them? We want them to get exactly what they need. End of story. Okay. And if that means you don't get, the $75, so be it. Go find another friend. Right. But each individual should be treated like a gem that they are. And you listen intently to exactly what they need. Because when you meet their needs, they will repeat that with someone else. Right. And it won't matter. So, you can also, do you see this little tidbit in the gray square at the bottom? You can also earn $150 by enrolling a customer with a custom order of 300 PV. So what if they don't get a starter bundle, but they buy $300 worth of seedlings baby products
I'm okay
because
with that.
they need diaper wipes? Okay, let's make a deal, right? Let's put a bow on it.
Two customers at 150.
Exactly, exactly. So it all evens out in the end. Don't get hung up. I'm just giving you easy math so that you can envision that this is truly possible. Okay, you guys online, are you seeing the possibilities? Does it feel doable? Oh, there you go. Angie Wright just said she signed some up with 287 PV and she didn't want the starter bundle, but she wanted Ningxia plus some hormone oils. Angie did the right thing by helping her do that instead of saying, no, you got to get the starter bundle, right? That would be silly. Exactly. Okay, good. All right.
I think they ought to add another bundle
Okay.
to the line,
And what would that be?
the lymphatic protocol.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
For real,
Like legit.
for real.
Are you hearing that, Sheila?
For real. Is she on there?
Sheila is here.
Sheila, thank
Let-
you.
Let's
I
hear.
didn't hear it. Say it again.
Thank you, Sheila.
For what?
Your lymphatic, the protocol has like changed me. Awesome.
Yay.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you.
And I say Young Living needs to come up with a bundle for that. Don't you think?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So,
That's where wish lists come in.
It-
and you
yeah.
can send it
And
to
that's what we
somebody.
use.
Yes.
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you can customize those bundles in a wish list if you want to get fancy. And then when they come to the class, boom, you send them your link attached to a wish list, a wish list. Heavens, I'm sorry. A wish. Wish.
How much is it?
I think it's what, like 141?
So you're
for the
getting $70.
Yeah.
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 It's amazing. It's a great collection.
It is. I've got it
Is
set
that
in
class
my wish.
recorded?
Oh, yes, it is. And for those of you that haven't been to Sheila's lymphatic class, on April 1st, when we do the big table event out in Adel, or Adel, okay. The Country Lane Lodge, Sheila will be doing a mini version of that class. Or she'll do the whole thing and talk really fast. I don't know which way she's gonna go, but it's gonna be amazing. So don't miss out on that one. Okay, there are a couple of things that I want to share with you because I want you to know that we're on page, we just finished page 15 in this book, and it goes on to about page 100, a little bit more. We are not going through all of that tonight. Everybody'd have a big sigh of relief, okay? I told you when you came, I was going to teach you how to help your new member earn $150 in March. Did we accomplish that goal?
Yes.
We did. Okay. So the rest of this is going to be forthcoming, but I want to talk to you very briefly about a couple of things. Number one is getting good at telling your stories. Okay. Brevity is very sexy. The more brief and direct your stories and captivating, okay, can you get that all wrapped up into one? You draw people in, okay? And it is something that some of us have to practice, and that's okay, because we have lots of us that we can practice on. You can practice on family, but those stories are important. Okay, so you can write out your experience, and then go back and cross out the non-important parts, and then massage it a little, and ask yourself, what would actually catch somebody's attention? Is there humor in there somewhere? Please, because humor is very attractive, right? So anytime you can incorporate that, it's really helpful. I tend to need a kick in the pants periodically, really on a regular basis. Okay. And there's no magic bullet. There's certainly no magic book. But as I stood and looked at my shelf tonight, I thought 3 of these have jumped out at me multiple times. This book I've actually read 3 times now. And it is called Everything is Figureoutable by Marie Forleo. And honestly, if you just remember the title, you're good. Okay. The book is awesome. And trust me, it's worth reading. But if you can just remember, absolutely everything is figureoutable. You throw a problem out at me, I will help you deconstruct and re-engineer that problem and think about it from a different direction. And we truly can figure it out. We did it a little bit on Messenger tonight.
Yeah.
It's all about getting a different perspective. And sometimes when we're in the muck, we can't see it. So you got to throw out the lifeline and say, I'm stuck. I don't know how else to look at this. So have your oiling buddy and say, this is what I want to do, but help me reframe it. Okay. So I love this. Funny stories in there, by the way. The other one that I'm a big fan of, this is John Acuff, and he is just a pure delight. He is sunshine to my day. I love following him on Instagram because he never is negative. And I know that that is not real life. Okay. But if I'm going to consume somebody's content, I'll be darned if I want to consume negativity. This is a precious commodity up here. And I don't have space to store other people's negativity. I just don't. So he has a great way of just encouraging us to punch fear in the face and just do it anyway. Okay. It's called START. And I will dare to say that if you read this, you will probably find that it could apply to 2 or 3 different areas of your life. It won't just be this, because this all blurs together. Okay. And last but not least, this woman, Kristen Boss, has become a total gold mine to our Young Living community. And she's much larger than that. She is a well-known speaker and author, but she came to convention last year and she lit the place on fire. And what I love about Kristen is her realness. I love that today she did a video not wearing her fake eyelashes. I don't even own fake eyelashes. And I get used to looking at her thinking, wow, she's just all glam. And today it was just kind of no makeup, no eyelashes. And it was the most heartfelt, true message. And I just love that. But if you want some concrete nuggets to, you just need to hang on to something like, what am I doing here? How do I find this new purpose? Kristen she's a good follow. You can follow her for free. Okay. Go to YouTube. There's tons of free stuff out there. Go to the library. That's where I did all my training before I started. Just checked everything out I could at the library. And it worked because when you're in the right frame of mind to learn, you can learn everywhere. Right. Okay. The other thing
I have a little tip on the library.
Yeah.
Is that you can ask your library to interlibrary loan.
Yes.
to you. And here in Iowa, they have, pretty much every library will do that for you. So
it's a great tip.
to save you money rather than buying books.
And the library will also buy the books for you.
Yes.
West Des Moines Library has purchased many books for Skyla Man. They now have a much larger MLM section than they used to. And then when you get tired of it, donate it back to the library and it will benefit someone else. Okay, 2 specific Young Living resources that have been very beneficial. And I did not read this through page by page. So it's conceivable that there might be a few things in here that might be out of date, perhaps. But the overarching concepts are solid. This one is from Erin Rogers, the same gal who wrote the brand partner guide. And this is a small guide that you can give to a new brand partner if they aren't ready to jump in with this. That is very manageable, okay? And then I can't not mention this because this was also a very pivotal experience for me. And I know Britta has gone through it multiple times.
That's kind of the leadership that we're talking about now.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Yeah. But Eric Walton and his wife Tammy have written this 5 pillars book. And the concepts in here are so, they're just as attainable as the ones in that. It's clear cut and it's just like, okay, what are the things that need to happen to build a business? This will probably sound familiar. You share with other people, you follow up, you educate, you serve them, and you build. Okay, it really doesn't get much more basic than that. Eric also has a course, kind of a coaching course called Downline Leadership that dovetails, the concepts go so beautifully together. And that has been fantastic. And we may revive the downline leadership at some point. I'm not sure when, but I'm about ready to take another group through that because I think it's just invaluable. So, but first and foremost, we want you to go help not only yourself, but a couple of others earn their $150 in the month of March. Okay? Who's up for it?
Can
Yeah.
I just say something else? So don't feel like, and this is specifically to you or to anybody else that's newer, don't feel like you have to buy all these books.
Oh,
or do
heavens
all the
no.
Things, because when you become a brand partner, Young Living's gonna actually send you 2 or 3 different books, a Rise book and some other information that will help you get started. But I will tell you what I did. I had a gal who has been a member for a long time and she messaged me. She was finally ready. She's like, okay, I'm ready to be a brand partner. Like, teach me how to do this. And I just copied this page, the brand partner jumpstart, because when I got to her house, and I didn't know this, but when I got to her house, she said, okay, I got this stuff from Young Living, and she showed me the Rise booklet and whatever the other booklet is. And she goes, and honestly, I looked at it and I went, yep, that's gonna have to go away for a while. Cause like she wasn't there,
ready for that.
right? And I said, that's fine, you can put that away, because this is what I want you to do. And I just copied this page, right?
Yeah.
And we went through this, and she goes, oh, I can do that.
Exactly.
Oh, and I said, now, and she's not on social media that much. And I said, all I want you to do is when you go to your homeschool group, you just share a story with somebody. Oh, you do
Yep.
that. Right. And so she doesn't have to post on social media. She doesn't have to do anything else. Her husband is a natural salesman. And I'm like, then let's have him tell us. And she had already signed him up. She's like, yes, I will talk to him about that.
I love
And
it.
then she can follow up with people, right? So don't feel like you have to have all the things.
Right.
And in fact, the only thing I used the Rise booklet for was the last one, which was begin a list of potential customers. Because in that booklet, on, I don't know, page 37 or something, it's a
They
long
had
ways
a
in.
form.
They have they break it out into like different categories of people. And that
Yeah.
was really good. And so I stuck the paper in that page and I said, that's what you're gonna use this book for. So don't feel like you have to do all the things.
Yep.
Or that we have to buy all the things to give to people even, as people that we want to support them. But I mean, if you have this book, I think copying one page is probably fine. And then if you're ready, when she's moving into this, then maybe she'll be ready for the book, but she doesn't have to yet. So
Mhm.
that's all I have.
Good work. All right. Does anyone else here who has ever enrolled someone have a tip that has worked really well that you want to share? Something that you did, or maybe you do it every time?
One of the things that helped me share with the groups, the people that I've signed up, is sharing samples with, and
Excellent.
especially when it's something that they're having an issue with.
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
For instance, Marcy, her first experience with peppermint was with a heart flash that cooled her off.
Nice.
And she was astounded. And so she's very devoted to all of it now. Of course, peppermint's her favorite oil
Uh-huh.
at this point because she had COVID and I told her to put it on the thumb and she goes, it cleared her head out. So she's now going to peppermint like crazy.
I love it.
Drinking it in her tea, you know.
I love it. Yep.
Because I have an issue and she was sitting at my table when she got the hot flash. So I handed her the peppermint and put it on the ears and the back of the neck and she goes, I'm not sweating anymore.
I love it.
Wish I'd had it 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. For real.
So that's the kind of thing. So if there's something they're having an issue, I just provide them a sample.
I love
That's
it.
great.
And we can obviously do that with any oils, but you guys, in addition, we have something like 15 or 20 products that come individually packaged that are so simple to hand out. Cough drops would be one of them. Have any of you ever not had a cough drop?
I don't like the lozenges as much.
These
Yeah, I
more?
like those better.
Have you tried one? Would you like to? I'd love for you to. There you go.
Thank you.
These are so easy. I always have them in my purse or my coat pocket. And I'm just ready to dole them out. Because they work way differently than a Halls. So, yeah. But they're very effective. Anything else that you find has been helpful for you as you welcome?
I think one of the phrases that has just been made it easier for me to share is when people are expressing like a need or like a struggling. If I had something that would help you, would you want me to share it?
I love it.
Because otherwise, if you're just like throwing out, hey, do this,
Yes.
you know, people kind of have a tendency to back up. But if you ask them, if I had something, would you want me to share it? And I'm like, well, yeah, bring it.
And then they've given
Um,
you permission,
Right,
right?
and I
Yeah,
feel like that phrase has made it's made it easier for me to feel comfortable about sharing,
I
but
love that.
also it gets their heart ready to hear it too, so.
I love that. That's a great tip. Cool.
I struggle with, like listening to others. I feel like I'm getting better all
Yeah.
the time. So listening to what their needs truly are and being able to put something to that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting better with that, so.
You are. Good. Good. I love it. All right, those of you online, we've got some experienced folks here. So if you guys have any tips that you have found works well, please feel free to put those in the chat. Otherwise, I think we have covered everything that I set out to cover tonight. There is lots more left to discuss, but there is no need to overcomplicate things because what we really want is we want to get back to building those lists, having the conversations, sharing the samples, and welcoming new people over and over again. And just don't underestimate the power of community, both at your kitchen table here, you know, at larger events. They're happening all over the country. So one of the cool things that I love to just keep in the back of my mind is when I see events happening in different places. Like I know that we've got one here on April 1st, but I also know that there's one in Ohio. So I start thinking, who do I know in Ohio that I could invite to that event? I don't even have to be there. And if you start thinking like that, where do I know people and what's happening? It's pretty easy to connect them. Yeah, you've done a great job of that in different places. So, all right, well, feel free to stick around as long as you want. But I'm gonna wrap up the recording. Thank you guys so much for being here. Jay added his tips: be genuine, be yourself, and don't fire hose them. Isn't that the truth? We have all been there and done that at one point or another. I've probably done it to you, Jay. But thank you guys so much. Have a great night.
Okay, so in this